Every night, modern life makes one demand: sleep in one clean block, or feel broken. But for most of human history, humans didn't sleep like that. They often slept in two chapters: a first sleep, then a quiet waking window, the watch, then a second sleep. Electric light didn't just brighten the night, it rewired the night. So if you wake at 2 a.m. and feel strangely awake, don't panic. You might be hearing an older rhythm return. Here's the problem: we live under permanent daylight. Screens, LEDs, streetlights, late emails, and just one more episode stretch the evening until the body forgets what darkness is supposed to do. Then we try to slam the brain shut at midnight and demand perfect unconsciousness until morning. When that fails, we call ourselves defective. But the body is not defective. The environment is aggressive. Before electricity, night meant limits. Darkness arrived, the fire became the center of safety, and sleep arrived earlier. Then many people woke in the middle of the night, not in panic, but in stillness. They checked the fire, they listened, they prayed, they whispered, they thought, then they returned to sleep. That middle space is what some histories call the watch. It wasn't wasted time. It was a biological checkpoint, a natural pause where the mind could settle and the tribe could stay safe. Modern light breaks this pattern in three ways. First, it delays your bedtime. Bright light, especially blue heavy light, signals day to the brain. That pushes your inner clock later, even if you feel tired. You go to bed, but your biology is still holding daylight. Second, it trains an expectation of one uninterrupted block. If you never allow darkness to arrive early, you never experience the older two-chapter rhythm. So when you do wake at night, your mind labels it as failure instead of a normal phase. Third, modern life adds stress on top of light. Constant alertness, noisy schedules, and performance pressure keep the nervous system wired. That doesn't create the watch, it creates worry. We must separate a calm, midnight wakefulness from anxious insomnia. So what do you do with this? You build a Light Curfew Protocol. Not a dramatic lifestyle change, a small rebellion that tells your biology the truth again. Step 1, dim the world 1 hour before bed. Reduce overhead lights. Use a lamp. Let shadows return. Your eyes should feel the room soften. This is the simplest signal your brain still understands. Evening is here. Step 2, push the screen away. If you must use a phone, increase distance, reduce brightness, and stop feeding your mind new problems. The point is not moral purity. The point is reducing stimulation. Step 3, create a quiet landing. 10 minutes with no input, no scrolling, no news, no argument, just silence, a notebook, or slow breathing. You are teaching your nervous system to downshift on command. Step 4, if you wake at night, do not punish yourself. Do not grab the phone. Do not begin a war with your thoughts. Sit up gently. Breathe. Let the body stay calm. Treat it like the watch, a window, not a defect. Here's a simple routine for the watch that won't turn into a productivity trap. First, check your body. Are you thirsty? Are you too hot? Fix the basic thing and return to bed. Second, if your mind is clear, write 3 lines. Not a journal novel. 3 lines. What am I sensing? What matters tomorrow? What can wait? Then close the notebook. Third, if you are a person of faith, make it 1 quiet sentence. No performance, no speeches. Just, God, you know me here. That's it. Then return to sleep. This is where the title becomes real. God knows your silence. Not because you are special, but because silence is where masks fall off. In the noise of the day, everyone performs. In the quiet of the night, you are simply you, tired, honest, human. If you believe in God, this is the room where you don't need to impress him. If you don't, it is still the room where you can finally hear yourself. Let me show you how the modern night breaks people in a way they can't name. A quiet person lies down in a glowing room. The ceiling light is off, but the phone is on. Their face is lit by a cold rectangle. Their brain is receiving daytime information, novelty, conflict, urgency. Even if the content is harmless, the signal is the same. Stay alert. Then they turn the screen off and expect the body to switch instantly into deep sleep. It does not, so they blame themselves. The loud world gives terrible advice. Just try harder to sleep. Clear your mind. Stop thinking. That's like telling the ocean to stop moving. The goal is not to bully the mind. The goal is to change the conditions around it. There's a reason the 2-chapter pattern keeps reappearing in old writing. People described waking after a first sleep and feeling unusually calm. Some would tend the fire. Some would read, pray, or simply sit. Then, later, they would feel sleepiness return, and the second sleep would arrive. That is not a glitch. That is a rhythm. Modern science has hints that our bodies still recognize it. When researchers removed electric light and extended darkness, many participants drifted into a pattern of several hours of sleep, then a wakeful gap, then more sleep. This does not mean everyone must sleep that way. It means the software is still installed. So your real question becomes practical. How do I make the night safe enough for my biology to run naturally? Use this checklist. It is boring, and that is why it works. 1. Temperature. A slightly cooler room helps sleep deepen. 2. Sound. If sudden noise wakes you, use a steady, low background sound that does not change. Unpredictability is what jolts the nervous system. 3. Light. Cover small LEDs. Block streetlight spill. 4. Timing. Pick a consistent window for sleep. 5. Boundaries. The last hour is not for doom scrolling or invented work emergencies. It is for landing it all. If you wake during the watch and the mind starts to spin, redirect it with something small and slow. A few pages of a paper book, a glass of water, gentle stretching, or a prayer that ends quickly. The rule is simple. Do not add new stimulation. Let the body drift. And if you want one hard rule, make it this: no bright phone in the dark. That single habit turns the watch into anxiety for millions of people. Now, a warning. If you wake with panic, racing heart, dread, or relentless anxiety, do not romanticize it. That can be stress, trauma, or a medical issue, and it deserves real support. The watch we are talking about is calm. It is clear. It feels slow, not sharp. So how do you know which one you have? Look at the feeling. Calm wakefulness feels like still water. Anxious insomnia feels like a storm. If you want to test your biology, try this for 7 nights. Earlier darkness, lower light, less input. If your sleep begins to split into 2 chapters, you are not broken. You are old. And that leads to the final point. Modern life didn't just steal darkness. It stole permission. Permission to be quiet. Permission to pause. Permission to wake without shame. It taught us that only continuous output is normal, and only continuous sleep is acceptable. That's a lie built for factories, not for humans. So stop calling yourself defective. Your body is trying to return to a rhythm it remembers. Protect the night. Respect the pause. And when you find yourself awake in the dark, treat it gently. Because the ancient sleep pattern modern life broke can be rebuilt. Not with force. With fewer signals, more shadows, and a little courage to be quiet. In the next video, we'll go deeper into the watch at midnight, what quiet minds do there, and why that window can become your calmest hour.